windows I knew nothing about.
It's such a Canadian story.
To come to another country and build a business, absolutely amazing.
He knew what he wanted. He wanted to develop the best window company in the world.
Being able to go to a customer and getting a customer very quickly to say, you know what, I'll give you a shot. That was worth so much to him.
Through his hard work and commitment to the company, it made the company where it is today.
2012 was a remarkable year in the astonishing life of one of Burlington's premier entrepreneurs, Reginald Pollard. This year marks the 57th year of Pollard Windows' life, starting with a dream and an opportunity during the rise of heavy expansion and immigration in Ontario. Reginald Pollard was born on June 4, 1929, in Lower Cumberworth, Yorkshire, England. As a young lad, he attended school in Skelmanthorpe, a small village, while his parents would sell wares in Lincolnshire until they moved to the more prosperous and industrialized city of Coventry. His father, Norman Pollard, would establish a strong work ethic as a building contractor and instilled in Reginald lofty ambitions, going so far as to build prefab garages and garden sheds beside his residence, employing his skills in the trade to earn extra money in the years of the Great Depression.
And he started to paint houses, and he had me push on a bicycle a ladder which was fastened on the handlebars, fastened on the seat, and 2 cans of paint. And I had to push that past this grammar school. I was so embarrassed going past the school, and I had to push this 4 miles. Then when I got rid of them at the house we were going to paint, I could get on my bike and come home, and I could go another way.
During Reginald's stay in Coventry, he became an enthusiastic sportsman, but his idyllic view of a career in sport was brought to the ground by his level-headed father. Unless you're good enough to be a professional at sport and earn money, you better learn a trade. Those words stuck to a young Reginald, and he realized his shortcomings early on, applying to better himself in the areas he knew he was good at.
When he finished grade 8, said, you're done school. I need you to work. We need to work.
It wasn't too soon. Time was running out. The Nazis had begun their shattering blitz on Britain.
When the war started in 1939, the city of Coventry switched its production to munitions and bombers. There was an electrical current of anxiety running through the city, leaving everyone on edge. The fear of a German raid and the likelihood of evacuation was a recurrent theme during those years, but his parents always maintained that same work ethic. 2 years after the war had ended, a coin was flipped to decide their fate in an unfamiliar country, to rebuild and try their luck on a fresh start.
Couldn't come though after the war because they were bringing the war brides over on the Queen Mary and Queen Elizabeth. But my father, being pretty smart, he said, I know what we'll do, we'll go to Sweden. And then we took the boat from Gothenburg to New York City. We had 1 day to get out of the States.
They took the train and arrived in Hamilton in the early morning of March 26th. Arriving at a police station, not knowing where to stay, reporters had found the freshly immigrated family and did a cover on their story, making the front page. Support rang in from all directions, and a fellow named George Pollard allowed them the use of his home for a bit. They were, in Reginald's words, lovely people who were churchgoers, and had even brought young Reg ice skates and helped them during their first months in a strange new land.
And we're taken in by a Burlington family. And they had no place to go. They had, they had their luggage with clothes and a little bit of cash. That was all they had. So they really didn't have many choices. So they decided to take this family's offer and come and live with them, stay with them on a farm, really about a mile away from where we are right now on Maple Avenue in Burlington. And so that's how Burlington became their home. They started working on this farm. Then my grandfather was able to, with the money that he had, was able to buy a piece of land from this farmer and start the business on that piece of land, and built the garage to build the windows, or build product at the time. It wasn't windows initially, and then started to build the house. And they lived in a very unfinished house for a long time while they made product to try and make a living.
He came here to Canada post-war, had no money, raised $250, started his window company in a garage in Burlington, and that courage and that determination and that belief and that passion symbolizes what true entrepreneur spirit is all about, overcoming adversity.
In England, everybody has a little 5-foot by 7-foot garden shed where they keep the lawnmower and things. Well, they don't have them here. We didn't know that. So we ended up building garages and summer cottages for the first year. But then somebody came and asked us if we could make storm windows.
My grandfather was still searching for that niche. He was an idea guy. He was always looking for that next thing, and he was having trouble settling on anything. And my father, at a certain point, said, "You know, Dad, we're not going to get anywhere if we keep flitting around. We have to make a decision. We've got to decide to commit to something and get good at it."
My father said, "We've never made them, but we'll try," because there was a lot of shortage of things, and we made storm windows. And from that, somebody said the next year, "Can you make house windows?" And we built the windows for our own home, so we said, yeah, we probably could.
Eventually, when they constructed their first window by trial and error, someone had complimented on it, and they made another one, and so on.
And from that, we got into the window business on Maple Avenue in 1948, and we stayed there for 7 years to 55.
The father and son combo of Pollard and Pollard found their niche.
I think the key thing with Dad was able to look at that market and change what they did. Say, you know what, that's not working, we need to do something else. And ultimately windows was the right way to go.
Knowing that making money was their ticket out of poverty. A young Reginald took note and stored their enthusiasm away for later use in his future city of Burlington.
I understand there was 4,700 people in Burlington when I came here.
Eventually, through hard, laborious work and a zeal for success, Norman and Son purchased 5 acres on King Road in 1955. This was their first Pollard plant and the introduction to a zoned industrial complex, finally gaining a foothold in the industry. There were no more problems with wary neighbors.
And my opinion of Canada is they give you an opportunity in this country.
Dad found pretty quickly that the marketplace in Ontario was not being served very well by some of the larger competitors.
Here they give you a chance. We're new in the country and we don't know anything about windows, but they give us a chance. And slowly we grew. I got married in 1955. And we have 3 children. One of them is now president of the company, and my daughter does the advertising, and we have an operation in Buffalo, New York. I have an office there, and my second son runs that.
Within their first year at the King Road plant, their size doubled from 5 acres to 10, eventually expanding to another 10 by 1984. In the beginning, though, there wasn't as much money as they had perceived they could make. Norman, near the end of 1959, began to doubt their careers as window men. A furniture shop was produced on Concession Street, and his mother spent many days there selling very little. The shop on King Road was producing both windows and furniture, but Reginald had very little faith in that aspect. It was his drive and passion for windows that eventually led him to create and patent the Duo Pane, an ingenious double glasses window that was well insulated and innovative, as well as something novel for houses. Up until then, no one had conceived it for residential purposes. His wife Carol came up with the name, and it was patented in March of 1964. Almost exactly 17 years after their foray into Canada. This invention kept them alive in the business, showing that ingenuity and the chance that was given to them is the reason why Reginald Pollard, despite having an affinity for his birthland, will always deeply love Canada and its dedication to free enterprise.
When people are in business or entrepreneurs and they're looking for a role model, they're looking for somebody that epitomizes symbolizes what true entrepreneurship is, they would look to Mr. Reg Pollard.
But when you think of the family started in a garage on Maple Avenue, and now they have an establishment with a number of employees, and it's made an impact on the community, because not only has it been a place where people have found work, but he's had an excellence in the quality of the product that he's made that has set a standard for the whole community.
My father's very innovative and picks up things. Amazing how he picks up things and how he designs things, drawing them on a napkin in a restaurant. Just has a natural ability to develop ideas.
The Pollard Business School certainly spurred their success. The Pollard family, since their foray into construction, have always been family-oriented. "We are family" is not just a slogan to Reginald Pollard, but a motto.
Dad feels that everybody's in this together. We're all a family working towards this together.
We used to sit up at Hamilton Golf and Country Club on the balcony waiting for his grandson Curtis and my son Ronnie to come in after playing golf. And of course, Curtis passed away, and Reg was just so devoted to Curtis, and my son went to Hillfield with Curtis, and actually to this day he keeps a picture of Curtis on his golf bag.
He was out of his way to make people believe that they are as important as he is in the growth of this company.
And I enjoy employing people, and when I walk through the shop, people will wave to me. "Hi, Mr. Pollard." I say, "Hi, how are you?"
He's a very humble man, he's a very modest man, and he's very, very devoted to his family.
Whether it is Employee Appreciation Days or instilling benefits for the people who have maintained their belief in the company and the success of it, the Pollard family are innovators in the areas of trust, accountability, and product.
And in Burlington, he's being in a unique position to help all sorts of charities, and he's a very giving person and has set the standard high for people in business. He's always the first to say, "Yes, I can help you."
As a father, inspirational.
Dad is a very consistent individual. He treats employees, customers, family, and friends the same way.
I remember as a kid, Dad would travel to Sweden or Germany, or there's a large show in Germany called Fensterbau, and he would go to that, which was all windows and doors, and he loves that stuff. He loves equipment. He took this manufacturer and this manufacturer, and he got them together, and they talked, and he said, "Listen, I got an idea that we need something that can do this." The two manufacturers, along with Dad, worked together to create this machine that we called Sasha.
The Pollard family are the quintessential Canadians, a family of dedicated entrepreneurs who took what was offered and created a Canadian institution.
So I ran the business from 60 to about 94 for 34 years, in which we had some tremendous growth, but had some downtimes. And one thing when you run a business, you don't quit. You have to stick it out.
I would just say congratulations to Reg, congratulations to the BEDC. You have made a wonderful selection for the Burlington Entrepreneur of the Year Hall of Fame Business Induction.
Reg, I can't tell you how proud we are of you. Nobody deserves this award better than you, and I thank you for all that you've done for everyone.
I can't think of a better crowning achievement to your career than this. So well done, and we'll try and live up to your expectations now.
Congratulations, Dad. You deserve this award and many more.
Dad, I just wanted to say congratulations for being honored as Entrepreneur of the Year for 2012 with the City of Burlington. The company is going to continue to grow, and it's all because of your efforts that we're here today.